and girls. I'll finish that. It didn't work out well, did it? Oh dear. You joined me halfway through my day again. I've got to go to, well, not too far outside of Canterbury. And I've got to go to Ashford, do a collection there, and then go back. There's a wrong way and a right way to put straps away. Okay? The wrong way is this. The right way is this. There you go. Hopefully you've learned something. Because that just annoys me. You open up the side panel to try and get a strap out and it's all mangled together. I mean, when you put them away, when you take them off, in order to do that, you've literally just got to be dragging them along the floor. Otherwise, you're kind of carrying them like that, haven't you? It's got to take more effort to put them away badly than put them away correctly. Because as you're walking down, you might as well just be, you know, rolling them up, then sling them in the thing. Oh well, such is life. I've got sweeties. I'm a big child, really. Sour drops. Product placement. Product placement. But, I'm on an odd diet at the moment, in that it's not limiting me to anything, and I've lost pretty much a stone in 4 weeks, and that's without any exercise. In 4 weeks I've done a stone. No extra exercise or anything like that. It's just eating a correct amount. Instead of eating for 3 people, I'm eating for 1. But I still get to have my Coca-Colas, I still get to have pepperonis and things like that, but just not as much. I think the thing with me is I always used to have a fast metabolism, and I smoked for a number of years, and then I stopped, and that does tend to make your metabolism slow down. But the thing is, I always had a fast metabolism, but again, I always had manual jobs. For example, agriculture, being a farmer, it's a very manual job. Working in goods receiving, unloading trucks all the time, very manual job. And so I could eat a lot and get away with it. And of course, since I've been a truck driver, I'm eating the same amount, but not such a physical job. So I've corrected how much I'm eating, and I've still got a fast metabolism. I've lost a stone, in 4 weeks, in a month, and that's no exercise. So I've still got a long way to go though. That will require exercise. But yeah, there we go. Anyway, I suppose I should wait for him to load me really. And then I love the A28. I get to go all the way down the A28. I have made it to my collection. I've done the collection. Oh yeah, better put it on brake. Whoops! I forgot to put it on brake. Well, it's only a minute, so it don't really matter. Yeah, that was a bit silly, wasn't it, people? Yes. So that'll do to there. Lovely. Because I completely forgot to do that. I'm having a senior moment. I'm 34, I'm having senior moments. It's like, I got home last night and I had 12 hours in between shifts. I was like, woo! So I thought I'll do myself a decent little din-dins and open the fridge to get the chicken boobs out. And there wasn't any. I was like, I know I picked up chicken tits. I got the duck boobs, but I know I picked up chicken tits. I was like, where are they? Now I know that Bert doesn't like them. And she's correcting me now. Oh, she just sent me a message. No, you didn't. I picked up a whole chicken, and that was all the chicken we bought this week. Oh, thank God for that. I was certain I picked up chicken tits. I really was. I was certain of it. And I was like, oh crap, because it's part of the diet that I'm having. You see, it's not bloody thing. It's not strictly the paleo diet that I'm on. Bert is, and if you're curious what that is, you can always obviously Google it. But it's, if caveman didn't eat it, neither do you. Now I know, sweets, Coca-Cola, the odd sandwich at a service station, like I said, I'm not strictly on it. But what I eat at home is, if caveman couldn't eat it, I don't. Although I do let myself have ketchup. Organic ketchup. it's my way around it. Because Bert's like, but caveman didn't have ketchup. Well, it's organic. They had tomatoes. Technically, Bill, they didn't. Tomatoes come from America, you know. Well, then they're tomatoes, aren't they? You can't argue with that, because Americans call them tomatoes, and if they're from America, they are tomatoes. But it's actually quite good, because you're not so much counting calories. I couldn't give a rat's ass how many calories I'm at. Don't care. And I've never cared. I don't know whether you can tell from my robust physique, but I've never really cared. And whenever you do certain diets, because Bert's had God knows how many different diets now, ketone diets and Weight Watchers thing, and God knows what other things that she's been on as well, you always have to count calories. And because it's not normal, because you haven't kind of grown up doing that, or in my case I haven't, you forget. And so it always goes wrong. It always goes Pete Tong. So what I've done is I've just looked at everything and I thought, well, I am eating a phenomenal amount of food. If you're curious as to why I'm going on about a diet, a couple of you guys via my social media, because I've been posting my weight loss and stuff like that, have actually said, well, look, can you talk about what you're doing, because it might help us guys. Okay, here you go. Now, if you're curious how much I used to eat, I would have KFC bargain bucket, is it 10 piece, is it, to myself? Yeah? 14 piece if Bert was involved in it, and then I'd get another 4 extra fries on the side. I'd have large stuffed crust pizza, chicken wings, and wedgies from Pizza Hut to myself. You know, I was literally eating for 2 or 3 people, which is amazing. I only got to 17 stone. Well, really and truthfully, given I'm 34, I should have been 20 stone the amount I'm eating. And I could very happily go out for fish and chips, get a doner kebab on the way home, and then go out for a curry with a missus in the same evening. And so I've really cut that down. And of course, if you eat like I do, then obviously when you cut that down, your body is going to start you're going to start losing weight. But I've just looked at the paleo diet and I've gone, right, if I pretty much cut out carbs outside of the odd sandwich when I'm on the road style thing, if I know it's going to be a long day and I might not get time to have dinner when I get home. So if I pretty much cut out carbs, especially at home, then I'll have, say, 3 eggs, a metric sod ton of veg, frozen veg. I just bung it in, boil it up, eat it up.
Don't boil it, you boil the crap out of it, Bill.
Okay, eat it up then, whatever. So I'll have 3 boiled eggs, load of veg, and say a chicken tip or a steak or duck breast or whatever, I tend to avoid pork now because I used to eat pork like it was going out of fashion. But really, it's all about what works for me because I'm not used to counting calories. I'm not used to measuring and thinking about what I'm eating. Yeah, most people are. You don't exactly grow up in a household of you can only have X amount of calories that day, so you've got to have a tiny little cereal breakfast, you've got to have 1 sandwich for lunch, and you've got to have a tiny little posh bleeding foie gras style dinner, and then go to bed. You don't grow up like that. And most people don't get into that habit. You've got to be very disciplined to be in that habit. I'm not. I openly admit that. But I just look at the food that I'm eating as in, if I'm eating at home, is it processed? If it is, then I don't eat it. Simple. When I'm out on the road, it's not as easy to do with the runs I do. Even if you stop in some of the better truck stops and you ask for a fry-up, it's still a fry-up. There's certain ways around it, I suppose, but again, it's keeping costs down. It's just whatever. You could take something with you from home, I suppose, if you really want to, but it's pretty much cutting out carbs and just thinking about what I'm eating. If my plate is going to weigh a couple of kilograms, it's going to weigh a couple of kilograms because of vegetables, not because of mashed potato. But there you go. Anyway, my uploads have been sparse, as you know, as you've probably figured out by this point in time, and that is because I pretty much caught myself up. I had about 3 or 4. Well, I keep 3 or 4 in the Canon style thing that I've got to edit and go through and all the other stuff. But I seem to be constantly training at the moment, or on assessments, I should say, at the moment, because there's a lot of drivers coming in. I think volumes are going up. I don't know, whatever. And not all drivers are passable. Some of them are concerning, as in I've had them where they're reversing onto a bay over there and their trailer's pointing that way. Listen to what I'm saying. This is how you line up, and they completely ignore you and line up how they feel like it. The other thing that irritates me is that it's not that they're foreign drivers before anybody starts bouncing off of their pogo sticks. It's they don't have a full grasp of English, and they don't tell you. They and carry on. Indicate left. Indicate left. Indicate. They don't get it. And you've been with them for a few hours, and it's like indicate left, right, indicate right about now. This kind of stuff, just getting them used to, because a lot of them are coming over having been driving left hookers for quite some time in Europe, and I'm just trying to say, well, look, indicate a bit earlier in Britain gives all the idiot drivers in our country time to slow down and adjust. And it's like, all right, yeah, start indicating right, and they'll be driving along. One guy I said indicate right, and he indicated left. And so you forever reaching over and hit the indicator, and he's The issue with the ones that don't pass is the simple fact that they've got to be replaced by somebody else, and they've got to go out, and that's another day where I'm not making content. And it's all, like I said, in true Trucker Bill style, it's tanked. My plan has failed. Miserably. Yes, failed absolutely and utterly miserably. But I did try. I really did try. The thing is, I could do stuff on my days off, but Bert isn't overly confident or happy about appearing on YouTube, and my days off coincide with Bert's days off, unlike they used to, because for quite some time my days off were not Bert's days off, so we very rarely saw each other, and that was most of last year in actual fact. It was bliss, absolutely heaven. I'm in the doghouse now. But now our days off are the same, and because she's not overly happy about appearing on YouTube, it's one of those kinds of I just don't make content on my days off because we're out doing stuff. So, you know. But I did try. I gave myself a 3-week head start, and it failed. The hours that I put in this place mean that I don't have time when I'm at home to edit in between my shifts. So I was able to do some last night because I had a little bit of spare time, but it's kind of annoying. It's really bizarre because when I was at the wholesaler, I always used to think I did a lot of hours because of my commute, which was about an hour and 15 odd minutes. And that's each way, not in total. And you do an 8 or 9 hour day and you go home. So you'd add on the commute, you're up at 11 hours. Well, you still had 13, maybe 14 hours, style thing, 10, 11. You'd have 13 odd hours, 14 odd hours in between your shifts. So I had time to edit, I had time to have dinner, and then go to bed. This place, my average is 12 hours. And I've got 50 odd minute, maybe an hour, again depending on traffic and whether I need to diesel the car up, commute. So all of a sudden I've got 10 hours at home, not 13. So I don't have the time to do the editing. So I've got stuff that needs to be edited, but I don't have the time to do my days off. And my days off, myself and Bert have things to do. And Simon's involved with the car rental thing now, and well, I'm involved with Simon and the car rental thing now, PCO car rental stuff. So we've got to go and look round at fleet cars for sale, you know, places that are offering fleets and this kind of stuff, and we've got to test drive that to see how he gets on. He's trying to, because he's decided, seeing as this is one venture he wants to do, he wants to know it from the inside. So he's decided to join a taxi servicey kind of, a PCO driver thing. And he's renting a car at the moment, doing taxi runs, to see how he gets on, see how the industry works and all that kind of stuff. So he's going to be looking at cars, he's got all that to do. I just don't have any time anymore. I don't know where it's all gone. So in the end, it's all the stuff I'm editing, everything you're watching, after Bert goes to bed on a Tuesday, after Bert goes to bed on a Wednesday, that's when I'm editing for about 2 or 3 hours. Maybe 4 if I've got the time. But of course then I've got to go to bed. I don't get a lie-in because I've got to go and do other things with Bert the following day, and I've made my life slightly more difficult than it needs to be. I'm very good at that, by the way, if you didn't know. I've got Dan's chasing me about a salvage yard idea he's got. That's another thing. Car salvage. You know, we buy any car style thing, but instead of selling them on to try and make money, it's you buy MOT failures. At point of MOT failure, because Dan has a couple of friends and a couple of members of his family who have MOT garages. And of course works in a garage. You may have seen some of the footage of him welding and working in said garage. So he's got that idea and wants to do that, but he doesn't want to sell to customers. He just wants to break cars down, organise parts, and then concern himself with getting all the wreckage, you know, the remaining bits of the cars and stuff weighed in. So he wants me to sell to customers. Like I said, I'm actually quite busy. Of course, Simon and myself have a YouTube idea for a based around cars on YouTube. So that's another thing that we're having to try and work on. So I've essentially got two ventures with Simon. I've got Bert's Arts and Crafts business, I've got my own job, I've got my own YouTube channel, I've got Dan's car salvage thing he wants to get going. I don't know which way up is anymore. Oh my, help. Help me. I need a PA. I need a PA. I'm just completely lost. I'm gonna go to work, I'm gonna drive trucks and sod them. Yeah, why don't you want to be an owner operator, Bill? I don't know. I've got sod all time at the minute. But no, on a serious note, I have absolutely no interest in being an owner operator. I know that you can make money doing it. I know that there are people that do, and how do hauliers start up, how do firms start up? Yes, you've got to start somewhere. I understand that. But I personally have absolutely no interest in it. So, there you go. Just so as you're aware. Okay? To save all the people bouncing off the pogo sticks because of something I said about it a while ago. Okay, look, I don't want to do it, okay? Just calm down. But yeah. Oh God, I've got to go. Oh crap. Oh, I forgot about that. My car's in for a service on Wednesday. I completely forgot about that. Ah, bollocks. It's major service as well, so it's like 500 quid. Take it to a local garage. I'm seriously contemplating doing that, but the thing is, I want to stay with Hyundai, because if I go to trade it in, because it's going to be a high mileage thing, I want them to know me when I come to trade it in. Otherwise, I'm going to get offered, have a fiver. And by the time I've finished with this car, if all goes according to plan, it's going to easily have 6 figures on the mileometer. Yes. It's going to be... I completely forgot about it. Oh. I knew it was the end of the month. I just forgot that we're virtually at the end of the month now. Oh. Well, when you see this, it'll probably be the beginning of a month. So, don't get too confused. But yeah, I completely forgot about that. Crap. So that means I'm going to have to contact Simon and arrange to meet up on Tuesday. Because the thing is, I think this is going to shock some people. This is really going to shock some people. I'm actually a fan of the Ioniq from Hyundai. No, but seriously, the plug-in hybrid for a PCO idea. I'm actually a fan of it, because it's got one of the better ranges of a plug-in hybrid on battery only. It gets around TfL emission, you know, the Transport for London emissions and all that kind of stuff. It gets around that, and it's just better than the Prius. I don't know what everyone's fascination with that bloody car is. Prius, I've got a Prius. Everyone uses a goddamn Prius. Like, you know, the funny thing is, the SE Premium Ioniq, which is effectively the top of the range one, is only just marginally, brand spanking new, marginally more expensive than the lowest spec Prius. Seriously, have a look. You know, I know there's a few of you lot looking for hybrids now, and oh well, I'm thinking about getting a battery car. And you're looking at this and you're looking at that, and it's like, look at the Ioniq. Seriously, look at the Ioniq. They do a hybrid, a plug-in hybrid. They do a battery one, and from what I understand, as time goes on, they want to launch it. It's going to be bloody expensive, but they want to launch it as a hydrogen fuel cell because they're bringing back the iX35. God knows what they're calling it, but it's basically the same style of vehicle, and that's coming back as hydrogen fuel cell because Hyundai are quite into that style idea, which is good. But yeah, seriously, have a look. Hyundai Ioniq. I nearly forgot the word then. Did you notice, children? Did you notice? But yeah. So I'm busy as buggery. I've got to test drive a Prius. Ah! I've got to actually drive one of the bloody things now. Oh. Can't I just drive a truck and just get left alone? But anyway, ooh, it's been 23 minutes since I bunged that on brake, so this is easily 23 minutes of blah 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 blah, which I'm most likely overlaying over road footage, because I've got into the habit now, if I'm going to blah 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 for a long period of time, I'll overlay it on road footage, okay? Alright, calm down. That way you can mute me and watch road footage if you really want to. It's up to you. But yeah, I've dragged this out for 23 minutes so far. Well, according to that, probably 24. Yeah. So I've been training like buggery. So I haven't done anything. I've got all that stuff to do with Simon. Obviously stuff to do with Bert. And the links to Bert's little Etsy thing is down below in the description. I've got obviously the Dan thing. Dan's on hold at the moment. It's a bridge too far, you know. But I've got to think about that because quite a bit of money can be made in doing that. You can lose your ass in that industry as well. You can properly lose everything. But there is a bit of money to be made, especially since a number of car manufacturers went with a kind of all aluminium body, like the XJ350. The XJ, the last of the big Jags under Ford before Tata took over. Because they're all aluminium, and so if you break one of those down, a front wing, for example, of in good condition, is up for about 170 quid. And that's just one wing. Bonnet's about 180. I think the boot is about 160. I think that is. And then of course you've got the doors, you've got the insides, you've got the chairs, you got all the electric motors for the chairs. If you split an XJ down, you buy that an MOT failure XJ for say 500 quid. High mileage MOT failure. And everything that is in good condition, like the back seats almost definitely, wings, doors, glass, you could make a bit of money on that. But so I've got to figure that out. My life used to be so easy. It did, genuinely it did. It isn't anymore. So I've fallen way behind on this, and I need to start making up the difference. Put this into context for you, if you're curious as to when I'm recording this. Today, CJC launched his upload where he says about his accident, where he drove his unit into a pit. Oops. But that's when this is being recorded. I've actually seen a number of shunters miss the floor before, and the trailer's gone in all three wheels and it's gone over. It scares the cack out of VMU stuff. Usually it ends up with the shunter getting fired. But yeah, it would have been a shocking moment for the poor sod, I'll tell you that. Can you imagine it? I mean, those pits are deep. Okay, those pits are designed so that somebody of my height, or slightly taller, you know, over 6 foot, can walk standing upright underneath the vehicle. So they're actually quite deep. And if you're watching in the mirror and you're making sure you're not going to hit that post, and then all of a sudden your front end goes whoops straight into the pit, that is really going to scare the crap out of you. No ifs, no buts, no maybes, because you're not expecting the floor to disappear. It's going to throw you. So I can understand why he was shaken up. I can understand why, especially if he suffered from panic attack style stuff. I can understand why it threw him. I can understand why it was like, whoa. Yeah, so I can understand that. Oh, that's the other thing. I'm going to take a photo of this. I couldn't believe it. When I was at the last place, I went and I laid on the bunk. I left the window open and they had the keys, so I couldn't close it. Now I've cleaned it a little bit. I've got to clean it again. I'm just taking a photo. A bird managed to land shit right there. It's just like, what? It's like, oh, that's quite nice, isn't it? So that was never had that happen before. Even when the windows open, sitting on the dock for a while, I've never ever had a bird manage to land its crap right in the corner. But, yeah. Oh well. I suppose I should enjoy the rest of my break. Head back to the yard and see what I'm doing next. I think I'm going to have a delivery reasonably local, hopefully. But I don't know. Well, I've had to switch to old reliable because the battery ran out on that bloody thing. Oh. Anyway, I've finished my day, got sent back out to do a nice little delivery. I'm going to have 13 hours between my shifts. Woo. So it means I can download this, probably edit a video, an upload I should say. And then I might actually upload one as well, you know. I'll edit one, I'll upload one. That'll be that really. I mean, I'm just done at the moment. But anyway, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share about, do whatever it is you usually do. I'll see you in the next one, which will be recorded tomorrow. But I don't know whether I'll upload it directly after this one or a couple of days after, because unfortunately, like I said, I've caught up with all my stuff, so it's all gone wrong. Anyway, catch you later, guys.